What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another comparison video. So today we are going to compare the two Rambos from Threezero. One is still available now, which is First Blood, and the other one is their first release, which is Rambo 3. Now you might be thinking, because there are collectors out there who could go back, and honestly, Rambo 3 is not that expensive on the aftermarket. He might be a little overpriced. But if you only want one representation of Rambo in your collection, hopefully this video helps you out. So we're going to go through, head sculpt and bodies and accessories. If you've seen one of my videos, that's what we're going to do. So we'll start off by looking at the accessories. So on the left, right now, what you're seeing, this is Rambo 3. It comes with this nice, I remember this towards the end of the movie too. He does have different arrows. Different tips in there as well. I don't know, some of them are exploding. I don't even know, I forgot, man. I haven't seen Rambo 3 in a while. You got the RPG that he does have, AK-47 or 74 with a M203, and on the right you see what comes with if you buy First Blood, which is not bad, but right off the bat you can see that Rambo 3 comes with a lot more for the bang for your buck, and it was actually cheaper back in the day compared to First Blood right now. So if we compare this two, so you got an M16 here from First Blood and you got this AK from Rambo 3, I would take the AK because M16s, they're, if you collect military figures, they're dime a dozen for that. Like in my Neo alone, I got like 2 of those. Now, knife-wise, the one on the left is Rambo 3. The green one is Rambo 1, but hey, Rambo 1 is more iconic, even though it's smaller. You got that compass, you got that sewing kit inside, so I like that better. Now, as far as the bigger guns, you got, again, M60, and you got the RPG. I personally like the RPG more, because I can use it for my Joker. M60, again, I have that on some of my military figures, so not... RPGs as well, but just, I don't know, man. It's I guess I've seen this a lot of times, so I'm not that impressed to it. Now this isn't cool. This is the kind of like a branch or so, and you can insert his knife at the end, and you can stab it on there as well. So I guess you can put it head to head with his bow and arrow, but obviously the bow and arrow is always gonna win. But besides those, so if you put them head to head, you can make an argument that, hey, it balances out. But he does have this quiver as well. He does have this little pouch that when he put a C4 in, an extra C4 here as well. So, you got those little accessories that makes up, I would say Rambo 3 gonna be a better option. Now, as far as extra outfit, so you got this kind of like a jacket, some sort of shirt for Rambo 3, and you got this tarp from Rambo 1. I like the construction of this tarp. It kind of reminds me of that Walking Dead thing that they have, like the poncho. Compared to this one, you can't even close it out. There's nothing. I guess you didn't close it out, so you don't need to, but I would give the points here from Rambo 1, which is a First Blood. Now, as far as the body and the outfit, one on the left, First Blood. One on the right, Rambo 3. You can see right away the jeans is more, it's dirtier on First Blood. And he got all this ammo. I inserted there as well because it's a part of the overall look. With Rambo 3, he got the singlet, which you can also take out if you want to, and or put the shirt on. And significantly, you can see he's a little bit tanner, Rambo 3. Rambo 1 does have a little bit of these, dirt and grime and blood in him. So I like that. I like that on a figure. It gives a little bit more, I would say, punch to the figure. Now, boots-wise, the Rambo 1 has full boots as well. And they're both amazing because even though with these boots, they have some ankle articulation, which is pretty cool. Overall, you got the pants here on the back as well. I kind of like the grittiness of First Blood, not gonna lie to you, like the jeans, because here he is a civilian that was just caught up in something, compared to Rambo 3 where he's a little bit more prepared. He's going to combat. So he does have that, and also he's more tanned in Rambo. He's in the desert. I think he's in Afghanistan in Rambo 3. One thing I like about Rambo 3 though is that watch. You see that watch right there? It does help out hide that big ass peg that he does have on his wrist. So having that at least on one hand, you can hide it. But overall, you can see here they use the same body, just different skin tone. See that? Like, it looks like he does have a watch, but he doesn't. The position of the knife is almost the same as well, even though it's different. The sheath is different. And on Rambo 3, he can store like a small knife in his boot. Now, head sculpt. I'm pretty convinced that this is the same head sculpt, just painted differently. And also, obviously, the hair piece. You know, the Rambo 3, it got that like 80s rock and roll head sculpt, like hair going on for him compared to Rambo 1. But both are amazing in my opinion. Now, because of the hair and I don't know, like the tanning application to it, I kind of like Rambo 3 a little bit better. But at the same time, you can see there's a little blood on First Blood. That rhymes. Again, I am all for grittiness and all that stuff, so I like that as well from Rambo First Blood, especially this side right here. I like that. So, but again, I mean, if we're talking about likeness, I'm pretty sure they're in the same mold, even though the nose is I'm second doubting. No, it's the same. It's the same. It's just the skin tone is darker. So it looks like the face is narrower on Rambo 3, but in reality, I firmly look at the lips and the nose. I'm pretty sure they're the same. So final thoughts on this one. If you can afford both, obviously the easy answer is get both. They both represent different timelines of Rambo, and also First Blood nowadays you can get this discounted because it's been sitting out there for a while now. With that being said, I gotta give a little bit edge to that because you don't have to overpay. Yes, I if you take out the price, I probably would still take Rambo 3. For me, growing up in the 80s, I don't know what about it. Maybe it's because it's more of my time, but Rambo 3 was a little bit more iconic for me than First Blood. Growing up, at least. We have all different experience, but for me, the Rambo 3 was a little bit more pronounced back then. It's probably because of the time, But with that being said, First Blood is not a bad option, and it's readily available right now. You don't need to buy it used. You don't need to overpay for it. As a matter of fact, if you know where to look, you can probably get this cheaper than MSRP. But with that being said, if you take out the price, if they're both the same price, if we're talking about just figure itself and what it comes with, I would say Rambo 3. You can't deny all the accessories that it comes with, the different looks that you could sport. Yes, it doesn't have blood and grit and all that stuff, but I think you don't need to, But at the end of the day, I got both, and I'm happy with that. But thank you for watching. Hopefully this video helped you out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.